because last night Tom Sandoval told Lala, you pulled out your IUD the day that you found out Stassi was pregnant. And Lala is reacting. Hold on.
Tonight is the second time that I have seen Sandoval diminish the conception of my beautiful, magical daughter.
Magical.
I'm disgusted. Makes me sit here and question who the fuck raised you. And how they must be sitting there going, do we really got to claim this fucking guy?
Oh.
Really? I am so glad that I did not hear that at the reunion. Because I'm telling you what, these mama bear paws would have mauled the fuck out of him. Sandoval, you better watch your fucking tongue. When you talk about me, you keep my daughter out of your mouth. That's where I fucking draw the line. You can come for me all day long. You leave her out of this. That baby was brought into this world out of love, respect, and my relationship may have gone to shit, but that little girl is the best thing that ever fucking happened to me. How dare you?
I mean, is Ocean a magical baby? Does she have powers? Does she?
He has power. Yes, Ryan.
No, I think she's very cute, but I didn't know she had like actual powers. No,
she's a little Cinderella.
Lala is so much like 50 Cent that it's funny. Like, I mean, this is part of the Vanderpump economy of like keeping things going. Like, you know, the send it to Daryl's and all that stuff. I mean, I really was shocked last night, and I'm glad to hear that Lala said, thank God I didn't hear that, because I was wondering how that got past Lala last night. And it's a very practiced line by Sandoval. That's a very cutting line that I know Sandoval couldn't have thought up in the spot.
Oh, he totally practiced it.
Yeah, so Sandoval had that line at the ready, but it's such a dark line that he really, what a way to just even look douchier.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, I mean, even with let's get into the reunion for a second, because when Sandoval multiple times is like, oh, is that your get out of jail free card? It's like, you already know.
He's like, yes, yes, that's the card we're playing today. Yes.
Yeah. It was almost like when Tom Shorts was like, that's cool. I used to have a bar on the finale. And Lala was like, yeah, and we're right now trying to burn it down. And it was like, Jesus. But for this situation, Tom Sandoval kept on saying, this is your get out of jail free card. But I totally agree. I think that he came I think he pre-planned his answers for everybody, his comebacks for everybody. And I think that he tried to coach Raquel. And I think that Lala hit the nail on the head, because there was a fan who asked her, do you think that it's kind of not fair that Raquel got to watch everything on the monitor and get to come up with her answers ahead of time and see what Tom was saying? And she said, no, because there's too much to remember. She needs to remember her one-on-one, what Tom's saying, what she said, all of the things. And I also thought in my mind, I don't think it's unfair that Raquel is watching it on the monitor, because all of you guys get to be in the room and hear it anyways. So had this restraining order not been in place, she would be there listening to all of it anyways.
Well, I think Raquel needs as much help as she can get. Like, I'm allowing her to cheat on the test, and it's still, we're not getting anything still. So she's obviously been coached by Sandoval. She's watched from the trailer. And it's still, we're getting zero. We're getting nothing. And like I, said from the beginning, even during this season, Rachel is the biggest question mark out of all of these fools, because you do not get a read on her at all. Her facial expressions are zilch. The fact that, I mean, the embarrassing part of all of this is, like Tom is like, saying at this point, like he was in love with her, all of this stuff. And I'm like, you're in love with that? No offense to Raquel, but it's like, he must have just been the one steering every one of those conversations. And to me, that's the blind leading the blind. Tom, I know Tom's offended during last night's reunion or in a cut scene that's on the Peacock thing of like, you said I wasn't smart, Ariana, you said, and that seems to be a big thing with him. And he doesn't come off as smart, but Raquel is like a negative smart. There's just doesn't seem to be anything there. And I will tell you, I think that's another potential big reveal that will come out, is that I think
she's not smart.
Well, no, I think you will. I think it will come out that she has some sort of diagnosis, and whatever you want. I mean, I'm telling you, like she's that's not normal in any sort of way. I don't even think that's conniving and mean and all of that stuff. There is a processing issue with her, period. You don't go into that situation and have that one line with Sheena of like, I guess I should have written her a letter. Like, it was the weirdest. Like, you did. I don't know. That's just, it's bizarre on so many levels.
It is bizarre. And then, you know, when you have Tom and Ariana going back and forth, you know what this seems like? Let me hit this really quick. Shady Millennial, take away from this reunion, James is cut and Raquel's dad is uncut. Okay. Also, what's with Sandy saying Lala had a UTI when Stassi found out that she's pregnant? No. Oh,
no.
No. Okay. Shady Millennial, we get the name behind it. But no, I was going to say, thank you for the super chat. I was going to say really quick that I feel like for Tom Sandoval, that he genuinely, there was like an issue of sort of like I'm the man here, and feeling like a little diminished by the way that Ariana spoke to him. But Ariana's just like, I say what I like. I'm not saying, I'm being the most transparent on camera. Yeah. And you're saying that I don't want to share things when I'm sharing exactly how I feel. It kind of seems like you're the one who didn't want to share things. And I'm like, every time that Tom said, every single calculate, he shouldn't have come in calculated, because every time he's trying to land it, it's not landing.
Well, but Tom's always been that way from everything that we've been told. And for this is like a warm up to the Howie Mandel interview that he eventually did. So he was like workshopping things here that he got way more in depth with on the Howie Mandel, and it had not gotten any better at that point. So like, this guy is trying, but the sad thing is he would have been so much more successful if he just came in not trying at all. Just like saying, like, I don't even know why I did this. I realize how, like, the fact that he's still trying to fight this is so weird, because it's not going to come to a point where on the third reunion, Andy's like, you know what? I totally see why you did this now. All good. All is forgiven. And him fighting up against this just still makes the audience think that, like, you still don't think you did anything wrong to some degree. And on top of it, it reads very much like he's been harboring deep anger towards Ariana for years.
Right. Also, the 50 days sober shit, I'm not buying it. But
yeah, I mean, that's another weird thing too, is that but okay, imagine he's still doing the Schwartzy's mom bit on the road. He's still doing all of this. And if him and Schwartz aren't talking right now, that is just, I don't know. It's just too shticky. He's doing like the Raquel shout outs, and he's doing the show. And it's like, it's just really cheesy on top of a tragic event. So I'm curious. I don't know. Like, I guess this is his music is his therapy, but it's another dark aspect of this, of just still being out there in people's faces, and then being upset that people are coming to the show doing like Team Ariana stuff. I mean, what would you expect at this point?
Well, exactly. I mean, honestly, exactly. And then I'm going to read this really quick, but then I was going to say something about what Raquel addressed with Sandoval. Stassi said that Sandoval preps for every reunion with notes since season 1, so he has an arsenal of dirt to make himself look better. Not going to work this year. And then Big Apple Girl said, I nearly spit out my wine when Rachel said that they weren't liars because the affair was the only thing that they lied about. Like, that's not enough. Yes.
Yeah, that's a big thing, by the way. She was like, we know we're not liars except for this big affair. And it's like, well, that's the biggest one you could lie about. Like, that's pretty pathological, because you've had to tell all of these lies based off of that lie. And even Tom in that moment, you could see he was like, oh, like, there are moments when I think Tom is waking up to the fact that Raquel is a little different. Like, in those situations, like, you can see, Tom still realize. I think this might have opened up Tom's eyes about this relationship that he's considered getting his mojo back. That it's like, wow, because he's he's at war right now, and then Raquel's right across from him, and she could be anywhere. She doesn't seem like she's feeling the same pressure and intensity that potentially he is.
Right. And then, there are a few things that she keeps bringing up to him, like